Morning everyone, I hope everybody is doing fine. So today we'll be starting off with new chapter which is quadratic equations. So this is our chapter number 4. This is chapter number 4 of NCRT. I hope people can see the screen. So coming to the introduction, we have any polynomial which is of form ax square plus bx plus c can be termed as a quadratic polynomial, or any polynomial of degree 2 is a quadratic one. Clear? Out here we have to keep in mind that out here that a is not equals to 0. Clear? Now the second thing says that when we equate the polynomial to a constant, we get a quadratic equation like p of x is equals to c, or constant can be 0 also. Clear? Kindly copy it till this much. I hope people have understood what is the basic quadratic equation concept and quadratic polynomial concept. I'm pausing the video for you all to copy it down. I believe students have copied its 2 lines properly. Now, should we move on? Yes? Out here you have to always keep in mind the standard a is coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and the linear coefficient is called the c, which is the constant term. You need not write this, just you have to write this: a is coefficient of x square, b is coefficient of x, and c is linear constant. Clear? Kindly copy till this much, then we'll move on to the solving portion of the quadratic equation. Methods of solving quadratic equations. I'm pausing the video, kindly note it down. After having understood the basic concept of what does a quadratic equation and polynomial be like, and coefficient of x square and linear coefficient, we'll move on to the solving portion of factorization. Solving. There are different methods for solving. Clear? One method is the middle term factorization. Clear? This method is also called middle term factorization. I think most of you are already aware of this thing because you have done it in class 9. Still, I'd like to revise this once. Out here, you have to multiply the coefficients of x square and the linear coefficient, and then you have to find the LCM out here, so that you get an answer of 5 minus 5 out here. We'll get minus 5 by minus 3 and minus 2. That is how you will break minus 5. Clear everyone? How do we start off with this thing? We have to multiply the coefficient of x square and the linear coefficient to get the value for the multiplied portion, and then you find out the LCM for that. Kindly copy this numerical very nicely, because this will be the base for your rest of the numerical upcoming for this exercise. I am pausing the video, kindly note it down. And have everybody understood? I hope people have understood this thing properly. Yes, sir. Kindly copy it down. I am pausing the video. Now I hope students have done this thing. So now moving on to your NCRT. Now after having understood the introduction part properly, we'll move on to the exercise 4.1. Okay, it's in your NCRT exercise 4.1. Over here the first question tells that check whether the following equation is quadratic or not. So let's start with the first one: x plus 1 whole square, and this is exercise 4.1. Don't copy anything, please look at this on the screen. X minus 1 whole square, and which is equals to 2 into x minus 3, and first of all, we always know that this, if any equation is of this form, we will directly say that it is a quadratic equation. Clear? Now we'll expand this. X square plus 1 minus 2x is equals to 2x minus 3. Bring this to LHS. X square minus 4x minus 4 plus 4 is equals to 0. Since, you're right, since this equation, equation 1, is of form this, therefore it's a quadratic equation. Everybody clear? Clear? Yes or no? The way of writing will be as I have written it. Now kindly copy this down, and now we'll have to do 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going on. Let me know when your copying part is done. Done? Now if you're done with this, we'll move on to the second question. X square minus 2. I hope people are done with the first one. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me if the second equation is a quadratic equation or not. It will be x square plus 6 plus 2x minus 2x minus 2 is equals to 0. Yes, is it coming a quadratic equation? Let this be equation 1. Again we write the same line. Equation 1 is of form ax square plus bx plus c, therefore it's a quadratic equation. I'm writing QE, okay? I'm writing, and I don't have to write it all the time. You write it quadratic type, quadratic equation. Clear? Now students who are done with this, you kindly move on to the third one, fourth one, and go on completing it. I'll give you the question right here. Yes. Can people see question number 2 and 3? Sorry, 3 and 4? Yes or no? Do it now. Do it fast. First do 2 and 3 and 4 and then tell me. So does anybody know what is the count for cases today in India? It's 2.63 lakh. Yesterday it was 2.81 lakh. And as I told you, it will be controlled within 15 to 20. The peak has been reached at 4.14 lakh. Ever since it's coming down. So we can say it's coming down. It's a good news for us, but still we have to work. How many are done with 3? How many are done with question number 3, one's part 3 and 4? Tell me if the third and the fourth one is our quadratic or not. Yes, exactly. Third one will not be quadratic because the term x square will be missing. Right? The term x square will be missing. Okay. Clearly see. Okay. Minus 2x plus x minus 2 is equals to x square plus 3x minus x square goes off. We are left with how much? This is minus x. Take this to RHS. You get 2x, 3x minus 1, I think, is equals to 0. Now you'll name this equation 1. Since equation 1 is not of form, people who are done with this will move on to question 4th and 5th one. Therefore, not quadratic. Has everybody understood this? Kindly copy it down. If you are done with this, tell me question number 4th is a quadratic equation or not. Is the 4th one quadratic? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, exactly. How many have got a yes? How many are telling yes? Because out here we'll get 2x square and out here x square. Yes? Question number 4 will be a quadratic equation. See, the only condition that I've told you that a should not be equal to 0. Okay? A should not be equal to 0 or a degree of 2. You will directly tell it as a quadratic equation. Clear? Now, 5th and 6th one, hurry up. How many are done with the 4th? You merely have to multiply and just see.
Quadratic? Yes, sir. Number
Very
20 is
good.
the quadratic.
5th one will also be a quadratic. Go on to check for 6th one.
The sixth one is not quadratic.
6th one will not be a quadratic. Very good. Because x square is on both the sides. It will get cancelled out. Go on to do the 7th one.
That is also not quadratic.
Acha, wait for the. No, I'll just complete this thing now only. The 7th and the 8th one. 7th and the 8th. How much do you get the answer for the 7th one?
Sir, 7 is not quadratic. 8 is quadratic.
7th exactly will not be a quadratic, but question number 8 will be a quadratic because the cube from both the sides gets cancelled out. We are left with x square only. Now how many have got the answer for all? You merely have to multiply and get the answer, there's nothing else. Kindly write a Y on the chat box. For people who are done with all, question number 1. 2. More? Should we move on to the next one? Yes, this is our next question. Now you'll have to frame an equation out here. And always keep in mind, in quadratic equation you will be framing equations in one variable only, that is x. Equation chapter number 3 we had the liberty to take two equations. Out here you have to find only one equation. Everybody please try and form the equation for question number 2's part 1. The area of the plot has been given to us as 5 to 8. The length of the plot is 1 more than twice of its breadth. Try framing the equation. Make sure your equation is framed in one variable. Let's see how many can plot it. It's a very simple one. Make sure you take only one equation. Okay, one variable, sorry. Everybody please look at the screen. Read the question once more.
Yes, sir, done.
The area of the rectangular plot is this much. The length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. So, this is question number 2, part 1. So, we'll assume the length So, we'll assume the breadth out here. Breadth as x, therefore your length will become 1 more than twice of its breadth, right? Yes or no? And since according to question, length into breadth is equal to how much? Area is equal to how much? 528. Right? So length how much? 2x plus 1, and the breadth is x, which is equal to 528. Yes or no? Which implies
Yes, sir.
2x square plus x minus 528 is equal to 0 is our required quadratic equation. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did everybody understand this? You have to let assume the breadth is equal to this much. I hope people have understood this thing properly. Kindly copy it down. Done. Done. Should we move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, wait. Your assignment for today. I think there are two fourth part. Yeah. So question number 2 will be a homework. 2 part 3, 4 and 2. Clear? Now I'm pausing the video. Now if anybody has any queries regarding quadratic equations, let me know first.